This video is from the AMC Prep Book Volume 1. In quadrilateral ABCD, angle A is equal to 60. B and D are equal to each other both at 90 degrees. AB is 4. Sorry, I didn't put that in. And AD is 5. What is BC over CD? And this looks pretty tough. And I'm going to start off by forming a triangle, which is much easier to work with than a quadrilateral. So this would also be a right angle. And since this is 60, this is 90, that means that this is 30. And this is very helpful to have because now we have the 30, 60, 90 triangle. And just some fun facts about the 30, 60, 90 triangle. If we have two of them like this is 60, this is 60, and this is it. We'll say that this is 1. That means that this is 1/2. Because this would be 60 degrees, this would be 60, this would be 60. So this would have to be 1, 1, 1. So that means that that's 1/2 and 1/2. This is pretty well known in when you do pre-calc. And then, you also solve for this, but that's just Pythagorean theorem. Anyways, the important thing I'm getting at is that this is 1/2, which is half of this one. So that means that this length right here, which is the hypotenuse length right over here, is double this length, which is this length right here. So if this is 4, then this total length is 8. So this part has to be 3. Okay? So now we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for BE. So I'm going to say BE is equal to the square root of AE squared minus AB squared. Okay, so we know both of these, so we're going to be able to solve for BE. So AE is equal to 8, so it would be 64 because it's squared minus 16, which is the square root of, I think it's what, 48. Yeah, it's gonna be 48. 14 minus 6 is 8. Yeah, ooh, hit him so hard. And then you could break this up into 16 times 3, so it's going to be 4 square root 3, because this is the same thing as square root of 16 times square root of 3, and that is just 4. So this is what EB is. Okay, so now another thing that we know, now we're going to need to find this length and this length, and we know this whole length and this length right here. So we're going to do some cool stuff and solve for it. We're also going to be using this to give us some more information. So we have EC squared is equal to, this is the hypotenuse by the way, because this is the right angle, is equal to DE squared plus DC squared. Oh, like DC, like the superhero thing, company. Like, yeah, there's Marvel and stuff, yeah. Totally on topic. Using the same stuff that we had before with the hypotenuse being double the length of this, we can replace EC with 2 times DC, so we can say 2 DC squared is equal to DE squared plus DC squared. This is also very helpful because now we have these things in terms of DC. So this would be 4 DC squared minus DC squared. So we have 3 DC squared is equal to DE squared. Okay. Now, we know that DE is equal to 3 because we proved it again, because this length has to be half the length of that. So we'll say 3CD squared is equal to 3 squared. Oh, that, whoops. 3CD squared is equal to 3 squared. Or, I'll just say 9, and then you can divide by 3 and say CD squared is equal to 3. And so CD is the square root of 3. CD is the square root of 3. And that's pretty cool to be able to just figure that out. Just thinking about it big picture-wise without getting into all the math and how we actually solved it. It's pretty cool that you're able to figure all this stuff out. Just shows you how far we've come in life. And so now we can solve for EC. If you go back up here, we know what CD is, and we know what DE is. So we could say EC squared is equal to DE squared plus CD squared. So it is the square root of 12. That's 4 and 3, so EC is equal to 2 square root 3. Okay, now this is going to be important also, because now we can find out what BC is, because we know this whole length is 4 square root 3. Here, let me just write it out. EB minus EC is equal to CD. And we know what EB and EC are. We know what EB, because EB is 4 square root 3 minus EC, 2 square root 3, and we are left with 2 square root 3. Okay, so that's pretty nice. This is 2 square root 3, this is 2 square root 3, which that also means that this came right in the middle, which, that's pretty cool. It doesn't really look like it. Anyways, now we can solve the problem. BC is 2 square root 3 divided by CD, which is square root 3. These cancel out, 1 and 1. It is equal to 2. And that, using all these square roots, we got an answer like 2. That's pretty cool. Thank you for watching this, and goodbye.